This is the public service announcement, Round 1 and 2 Advisor Orientation for the Alabama HOSA State Leadership Conference 2018. Just an overview of public service announcement. Round 1 takes place Thursday morning at 10:30 a.m., with event personnel orientations being at 9:45. Public service announcement Round 2 is Thursday afternoon at 2:30 p.m., with event manager personnel orientations at 1:45 p.m. Please see the competitive event schedule for your specific room. Be prepared to run the event. Round 1 basically is a viewing of the public service announcement with a set of judges. The Round 2 portion features the public service announcement viewing and a presentation by the team members. Plan to have 2 judges for both Round 1 and Round 2, but both events could be ran with 1 judge. Advisors will be managing the event. Event personnel may include advisors with students in the event, but of course the judges are actually judging the performance of the student. Preparations for State Leadership Conference. Print and review your event guidelines for public service announcement. The event manager is responsible for coordinating the event. The manager must report to headquarters to get the public service announcement event binder. The event personnel should plan to meet in the event room for event setup. The personnel should start orienting the judges while the event manager is at headquarters. Confidentiality. All advisors should complete the online confidentiality agreement prior to State Leadership Conference. The link is here to get to that document, and also you can find it on the Alabama HOSA website. Hard copies are available in headquarters, but we prefer that everyone fill out the online form. Confidentiality has to be of utmost importance in order to assure equity in future events. Advisors and students are not allowed to enter, observe an event other than their assigned one at any time for any reason. Pictures or copies may not be taken of event or event materials, skills, or equipment. Round 1 specifics for public service announcement. 3 to 6 member teams show a 30-second visual public service announcement that they produced. The public service announcement will promote a health service organization, bring awareness to a health situation, or educate the public at large in regard to health and well-being. Round 1 is the viewing only of the PSA by the judges. The topic for this year is pre-diabetes, stopping a runaway train. Teams will report to the event site at their appointed time, and they must turn in their forms and materials in a sealed large envelope. The teams will bring a portable DVD player or a laptop and run their own equipment. Judges, of course, use Round 1 rating sheet Scantron rubric to evaluate. Make sure you remember to check STEM Premier, that upload list, to assist in grading that requirement that is asked on the actual Scantron rubric, because these PSA students did have to upload their PSA to STEM Premier. Round 2 specifics. The top scoring teams from Round 1 will progress to Round 2 for the presentation portion. Team members have 4 minutes to describe their PSA after they play the PSA on their own equipment. Round 2 judging rubric Scantrons will be used. Scores from Round 1 will be added to Round 2 to determine the final results. Orientation for this event for the event manager and personnel is being completed through this video. Binders should be picked up at headquarters. A separate binder video has already been sent out where Dana explained every section of the binder. The manager will receive the following when they report to headquarters: the event binder with event directions, competitor team list, scripts, judging rubrics or Scantrons for the judges, event survey forms, and judges' gifts. If for some reason the assigned event manager cannot attend or pick up the materials, notify Dana Stringer as soon as possible. Another member of the team will be asked to attend. It is imperative that someone be present to obtain the event materials and any additional instructions. The event manager and personnel need to be very familiar with the public service announcement guidelines and follow them precisely. Be thinking about, after the binder is picked up, a plan needs to be in place on how to orient the judges, get the students into the room, call roll, orient the students, consider where students will wait their turn in regards to the holding area, or will they get appointment times. Make a plan on how you're going to check the dress code. A reminder that no guidelines are required for round 2, but they are for round 1. Make sure that you're prepared to check the length of the PSA, because that's part of the grading rubric, and the timing of the presentation for round 2. And of course, we need to make a plan to keep the judges on schedule as well. Just general suggestions for the event manager and personnel. Make a plan to orient the judges to the rubrics and time limits of the event. A reminder that the rubric from the event guideline will be in a Scantron form for the judge to actually grade on. Make sure that the judges are familiar with the guidelines and review the important points to be sure they understand. The rubrics, again, are stressed to look at that and stress consistency in grading. Each judge will complete their own rubric. They may come together and discuss the rubric scores after all competitors have been scored. They must break any tie. They should not write notes on the Scantron rubric itself. Use a notepad in case they want to make a note of something that one team did better or worse than another. Remind them that they can't give advice to competitors. Thank you is acceptable, but good job is not. Advisors will notify judges if the competitors did not follow the guidelines. Event manager and personnel suggestions. Each room will have a table outside the door. Check the roster and the dress code discreetly at the table as they enter the room. If there is a dress code violation, keep it confidential. Have a second event person discreetly look at the student's dress and make a mutual decision. If unsure, err on the side of the student. If there is a violation, document it and the points will be adjusted at headquarters. The guidelines for public service announcements state that HOSA uniform or proper business attire is what is recommended for this event. We do still allow students to compete not in dress code, but we do plan to document only if they do not meet dress code on the roster. Suggestions for running the event related to orienting the competitors. After the students have been checked in and they're standing in the room, instruct the students to the process of the event. Instruct them about the order or the appointment time in which they will compete. Instruct them about the holding area they will use if needed. Answer any questions at this time, and when you feel like you have discussed the flow of the event, send them to holding or instruct them to return at their appointment time. For round 2 specifically, you're going to have a lot less teams, so I don't know for sure that appointments would be necessary. In case of a tie, the guidelines say in round 1, a tiebreaker will be determined by the highest score on items on the rating sheet in order from top to bottom. For round 2, a tiebreaker will be determined by the areas on the rating sheet sections with the highest point value in descending order. Additional information. Students will not know final results until the award session Friday. We cannot give individual students or team suggestions for improvement, but judges can create a list of general suggestions that Dana can share with everyone after the state conference. Make this list of suggestions on the event survey. Consistency makes equitable competitive events. We all should keep the goal in mind. Our goal is to set an example of high standards and integrity for our students, while being as fair and equitable as possible. These are leadership qualities we hope to instill in our members. We should be the example. Conduct the event as you would like others to conduct events for your students. Grievances. If a student has a grievance, listen carefully. If you can fix the issue, fix it if it can be fair. If you are unsure how to fix it, or even if it needs to be fixed, refer to their advisor. Their advisor can bring the grievance to headquarters in a professional and confidential manner. Keep in mind that everyone is doing their best and that we are all human. When the event is complete, thank the judges. Provide them with a thank you card that will be in the binder and the gift that was picked up by the event manager from headquarters. Gather all supplies and straighten the room. Complete the event survey. All personnel, managers, and judges need to complete a survey. Refer to the event binder for instructions on what items should be placed in the front binder pocket. Make sure all items on the check-in sheet are accounted for. The event manager or personnel should return the binder and all other supplies to run PSA to headquarters. Just a quick thank you. Of course, we could not make Alabama HOSA State Leadership Conference possible without you. Without all Alabama HOSA advisors running these events and helping everything stay organized, it wouldn't be a successful conference. Thank you.